When I look at my fellow students, I see the future. They are just so well equipped to handle the situations that are presented to them. And I do believe that one of the challenges we do face is finding our own voice. We just need to learn to step up, that we are the next generation and that we are going to take this generation to the next level.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Beaumont Beat video podcast, where we move with the heartbeat of the city. I'm your host, Tracy Koenig. Former Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, once said, "Young people today are the leaders of tomorrow, and let us never forget that they are already the leaders of today." Well, today we're going to be learning all about a great group of local youth leaders who make up the Beaumont Youth Advisory Council and find out about the great things they're doing to serve our community. But before we get to all that, I have a couple of quick announcements for you. Get ready to run, jump, and compete with Beaumont's Track Club. Stop by the Sterling Pruitt Activity Center on Gulf Street to register, kids ages 5 to 18. Registration runs through May 9th, and we encourage families to take advantage of this opportunity for the youth to participate in a great athletic program. We have a general election coming up in May to elect Beaumont's mayor and city council members. The last day to register to vote is April 22nd, and the general election is May 3rd. To get election information and to see who's on the ballot, visit beaumonttexas.gov/election. And now let's get to today's conversation. For those of you who don't know, the Youth Advisory Council is made up of a great group of young people, typically high school age, who serve as advisors to the city's leadership on issues that affect our community and the youth in our community in particular. The council provides a platform for these youth to share their ideas and their opinions and work directly with our city officials. So here to tell us more about his involvement in this great program is Carden. Thanks so much for being here.
Of course.
All right, tell us a little bit about you, where you go to school, and what this council is.
I go to Monsignor Kelly Catholic High School, and to me, the Youth Advisory Council is an opportunity for members of our community's youth to step up and propose their opinions and just use their voices to make a difference in our community.
Okay, and you are that voice. You're the liaison between the council and the youth. Tell us some of the things that you have taken, some of the issues that you have taken to council.
Some of the issues that we have taken together as a team is mostly revolved around the homeless community in Beaumont, the beautification process, such as the litter around our city, and just other small issues that might affect how our city runs.
Okay, so when you say you've taken this to council, like homelessness or the litter, do you go to them and say, this is an issue you need to find a solution for, or do you actually come up with a plan of how we can navigate through those issues?
We take a lot of time to plan our proposals before we ever go to the office. We have many meetings, many agendas, but once we do find our ideal proposal, that's when we do take it to them.
Now, I'm on the advisory council kind of to try to find solutions to the homeless issue. What has been some of your proposals there?
Most of our proposals have revolved around using some of the abandoned buildings in Beaumont or buildings that aren't in use to house them and to allow them to focus more on rebuilding their own lives, like to maybe secure a job or to just be located in an area that's beneficial to them.
Mm-hmm. Love it. And you've done some community service projects as well, right?
Yes, ma'am. While the council themselves have each done their own personal projects, such as me, I have volunteered mostly at some other place. Mm-hmm. We worked on the outside a little, just beautification mostly, but on the inside, feeding the homeless, it's rewarding to be able to help those people. And I think that's our goal, is to just help those in need.
Wow, I'm so impressed by you. I mean, a lot of times we hear about our youth and going different directions, but you seem like you really have a handle on what you want to do with your life. Tell us a little bit about that. What are your goals?
My goals in general are, I know it sounds a bit silly, but to be an engineer. I've always had a fascination with Legos growing up. It's a bit of my immature side shining through, but that's mainly my goal in life, is to just find an occupation that makes me feel happy, that makes me feel comfortable almost.
Tell us a little bit about how this council has helped you with your leadership skills that you clearly have.
For me, it's coming to recognize my ability to step up and take an opportunity such as this. As last night, Miles called me, told me about the show, and I was just thrilled to be on here. And I love talking. So that's another opportunity that I just wanted to take and add to my resume of life skills.
Okay, and Miles works with us here at the city, and he's going to be talking with us in a little bit about his involvement with you as well. But you also had a summit here not too long ago. Tell us about that. That was a youth from all across the state, right?
Yes, ma'am. I recognized some kids from Dallas, and we mostly held it at Lamar and the Hilton. It was a blast. There was just so much high energy in the air. A lot of the kids from my own youth council, they really shown that their skills allowed them to just lead those youth and to allow everyone to have a good time. And I just want to say how proud of them that I am personally. It's just, we're a family at this point. We've just experienced so much together, and I'm proud to call them my friends.
Tell us what else you have coming up. Do you have any special projects y'all are working on?
One of the projects we've been mainly focused on is, as I've said before, the beautification of Beaumont.
Okay.
We wanted to reflect on Earth Day mostly and come up with a way for the citizens of Beaumont to step up, maybe help out with the litter situation, or even just plant flowers just to add a little bit to Mother Nature.
Okay, final question. If you were to advise other youth, what do you think some of the big issues are that our youth need to overcome, and maybe some solutions? Like, is a group like this a way to help grow as a youth, or make that transition into adulthood? Tell us about, what do you think when you look at your fellow students?
When I look at my fellow students, I see the future. They are just so well equipped to handle the situations that are presented to them. And I do believe that one of the challenges we do face is finding our own voice. We just need to learn to step up, that we are the next generation, and that we are going to take this generation to the next level.
Wow. All right. Well, I think you're going to be at the forefront leading that group into the future. So thanks so much for joining us. You're
yes,
fantastic.
ma'am.
And when we come right back, we are going to be talking with Miles Haynes, who's assistant to the city manager. He's going to tell us more about his involvement with the Youth Advisory Council. But first, here is more on how you can report issues around the city using the 311 app.
The city of Beaumont is looking for people to help referee our city. When you see a pothole in the road, report it to 311. When you see water or sewer issues, report it to 311. If you drive by graffiti, high weeds, or loose animals, pull over and report it to 311. Remember, this is for non-emergencies. You can call 311, or better yet, you can download the app and report it that way. In fact, everyone in this room, go ahead and take out your phone and scan this QR code right now. Our players are on break anyways, so go ahead, take out your phone and download our awesome 311 app right now. You'll be glad you did.
And you can stream this show and past episodes of the Beaumont Beat on multiple platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and share it with others so they too can enjoy it. And we're always looking for new topics, so drop us a comment to let us know what you'd like to see in future episodes. And now back to our conversation about the Youth Advisory Council. And don't you just love the magic of television? You were just in a commercial and now you're here.
Hey,
in the world.
Thanks to the communication
Good
department.
Job. Yeah. Good job, Miles. This is Miles Haynes. And tell us a little bit about what you do for the city, first of all.
So I'm the assistant to the city manager / special projects. So essentially, I'm an extension of the executive office and whatever they ask me to do. But I do a lot of special projects, assisting some of the assistant city managers and the city manager in different departments. So I just try to assist where it's needed, and I love the opportunities that I've been provided.
Okay, and you've been a big part of getting the Youth Advisory Council going. Tell us about that.
Well, it was a great opportunity. The city manager met with city council, and it was a focus of theirs. And so they previously had a form of the youth council, and we were able to kind of bring it back. And I worked with Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, and they have a junior leadership program. And so we picked students from there, and we partner with the Beaumont Chamber and Beaumont Independent School District and the other schools in the area. And so it just made it easy. I was just able to facilitate a process. I mean, you have some brilliant kids, you have some passionate council members, and you have a focused city manager, and I get to play a role in that, so that's pretty exciting.
And I think sometimes we feel like we need to get in touch with our youth, but we're not really sure what are the issues that are really bothering them, what is concerning to them, where are they passionate, and so this is a way to bring them together and help us help the youth, right?
Yeah, it's almost like a form of a council just for the high school students, and it takes a while for them to build their own chemistry. Each group is different. Each group has different priorities and focuses, and so I just provide a platform to let them talk, and I just facilitate the needs that they have. Obviously we have a statewide conference and a national conference that we try to facilitate travel for, but outside of that, we just try to facilitate an environment where we hear them and see if we can provide any opportunities to provide those answers to council, city manager, or in our community.
Okay, I know there are youth and their parents probably at home saying, how do I get my kid involved? How easy is it?
Yeah, for us, this program is a little bit different. We typically pick through the Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, and they have a junior leadership program. So most of these students have already been involved, but if they want to contact their administrator, so when we contact their administrator to begin the year, they can recommend students. So we work directly with partners like the Beaumont Chamber of Commerce and BISD and the other schools. And so the administrators tell us who they recommend. So if they're in good standing with their administrators and recommend to them, hey, I'm interested next year, then maybe they can be a part of the program.
Now, Carden was talking about the summit that came here. How did we get that conference here in Beaumont?
It was an email that, I saw pop in my email box, and it said, hey, we won't be able to have the conference this year. And I just reached out and said, hey, does Beaumont fit the profile of a city that can host it? They said yes. I went to the city manager, and he said, if you can work the logistics out, I think that'd be a good idea. And so I just ran with it, and our youth council was supportive of it, and TML, we're thankful they were able to sponsor, I think, up to like $20,000 worth of funds on this. So it didn't cost us anything, and we were able to bring over 200 attendees from 18 different cities. I mean, people got on buses and drove for 5, 6, 7 hours to get here. So it was exciting to host it.
I love it. Okay, tell me so far, how has the Youth Advisory Council affected city policy or influenced our city leaders?
Well, I think, Councilman Turner, Councilman Samuel have been big proponents of the Youth Council. And so when they attend the different conferences, they're getting feedback from some of the Youth Council members. The Youth Council members sometimes speak at different BISD meetings, or they recommend different things, but it takes a while. So we've actually been able to add youth council members to some of our committees. I think Sam was a part of our first class, and I think he was on our charter review committee. And so they're able to integrate their voices within city governance in different ways. So it's so many different approaches, but yeah, they definitely have an ear to our city council and our city manager.
What's your vision for the future of this group?
Well, just to let these young leaders lead, provide opportunity where they can compete on a national level. Because when we're able to take them to a national conference and see, hey, the ideas and projects and proposals you have, how do they compete against other cities? How efficient, how effective are you? So I think these are world-class leaders, and I want them to compete at the state and the national level. So,
and I want them to become our future city leaders.
Yeah, they're definitely. I mean, they're never too young.
He's got it going on.
Carden is a natural. I mean, you sit him down and talk to him, and he just flows.
Right?
So
he's the next
he's
city manager, mayor for the city.
He can be anything. He wants to be engineer, but he can be anything.
That's right. Well, Miles, thanks for all you do for the city and for this Youth Advisory Council. I love
thanks
it.
For the opportunity to be
where
here.
We're going with it. And before we go, we still want to know your opinion about our new tagline for the city of Beaumont. Now, a tagline is meant to set the tone for how others view the city of Beaumont. It's a way to highlight what makes our city so unique. The new tagline will represent us for years to come, so let us know what you want people to say about the city of Beaumont. Go to beaumonttexas.gov/tagline to vote for your favorite. And we'd love to have you join us for our next episode of the Beaumont Beat. We'll be talking with the Beaumont Convention and Visitors Bureau to find out about how they take advantage of National Tourism Week, which is coming up in May. For now, though, I'm Tracy Kennick. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Beaumont Beat, where we move with the heartbeat of the city, and we'll see you next time.